All right, traders, Robinhood stock had a massive crash today, down over 27%. For those of you who are subscribed to my channel with push notifications on, you are well aware that I went live in real time and I had alerted on this video right here. Go back and watch it if you want to understand how my strategy works. I alerted that I ended up short selling Robinhood stock at an average cost of $60.85 with 800 shares. I did end up getting squeezed as this did push all the way up to $70 a share. However, I chose to hold overnight because this was a swing trade, and with my price target being at $46.80, even with that squeeze being in play, that still puts me at a 1.5 risk to return ratio, which isn't that bad. But when you have a win rate of 80%, you don't need a high risk to return ratio. I know a guy who makes $1 million a year shorting stocks. His risk to return ratio is sitting at a 1. But me personally, I try my best to aim for a 3 and higher. But yeah, this ended up being a 1.5 due to the squeeze. However, I did end up also buying some options. So in terms of options for me, when I get in an option contract, a naked call, naked put, the timing has to be perfect and the price has to be perfect. So I did end up buying some put options, but not when I bought the shares. I bought the shares on the key breakdown towards, $60.85 average. I bought the put options right before the market closed yesterday, and then I added early into market open today as it was capping down for the first big red day, meaning my plan was literally manifested into action and it was time to add more. So in terms of these options, I have some Robinhood put options. The strike price is at $40, 50 contracts at an average cost of $115. The ask is sitting at $215. So if I'm not mistaken, that puts me up a little bit above 90% on those put options, right? So as you can see, these are my trades working out to a T. I'm currently down a little bit on AMC. Not going to be going over that in this video. Watch my previous video. It will go into that. I'm actually planning to add to my AMC short position, most likely tomorrow, as it is usually down on Fridays. But anyways, let's get into Robinhood, guys. When do I plan to cover my short position? When do I plan to exit? When do I plan to buy the dip for a massive spike up? So guys, the opportunity in this, now that it has already crashed 27%, the opportunity is going to be buying the dip, buying the lows like we do. And this is the setup that I've been using, again, to consistently make money. So in terms of the strategy that I used on the short position, first, literally getting in before the first red day and then adding on the first red day, playing for the gap to fill below at $46.80. If you want to learn how it is that I did that, go back and watch this video. It will show you the basics of my strategy on how I was able to, anticipate and prepare and plan and profit from this massive 27% red day before it even happened, right? Still holding my positions. So in terms of me buying the dip, guys, this is going to be a phenomenal dip buying opportunity with huge upside potential. And hear me out. It is the same exact pattern that I've been using, again, to consistently make money. It's called a gap close reversal to fill the gap above. What does that mean? That means a stock has a massive gap up, and then at some point it gaps down, and then it fills this gap, waiting to fill below, has a reversal, goes back up and fills the gap. So just to show you kind of what that looks like, you could see right here, let's go back to Saba, right? Go back if you want to get a better understanding of my strategy. I recently made a 70% profit return buying call options, nailed the exact bottom into the close, bought those call options when Saba stock was trading at $68, $69 a share. Go back and watch my series on Saba. It will walk you through some of the basics of this strategy. But check this out. As you can see right here, Saba stock had a massive gap up from $66.35 and it got to a high of $87, right? So there's a gap to fill at $66.35. What are we looking for? Momentum stocks or small cap stocks that have huge gap ups, huge moves up. It could be multi-day runners as well. And then we set price alerts and we wait for them to fill the gaps below. And once they fill those low gaps with huge upside potential, for example, this is a low gap with huge upside potential. Look at the daily chart. It goes from 66.38 all the way to 87 in one day. And then a couple weeks later, it goes to 146. So what does that tell me? Huge upside potential for the short term and for the midterm, right? And you can see right here, as soon as it fills this gap, it starts to have a bounce and starts to have a reversal. And then history repeats itself. It closes this gap, hits the red line for the first time, closes the gap, has a reversal, then it gaps up. History repeats itself, $87. Now it's filling this gap above at 103.35, guys. Congratulations for those who played Sava. I sold a little bit too soon, but still, the call options literally printed. The call options that I ended up buying were the August 20th, and the strike was at $100. Those are now $11.10. I bought them at $3.30, sold too soon in the low fives. Now they're $11.30, guys. Huge upside potential plays, and I'm telling you, Robinhood is the next one. But here's another example: AMC right here, massive gap up from $32.04. New all-time high at $72.62. Massive upside potential. Wait for the gap to fill below. Buy the dip into bullish confirmations. As you can see, it hits that red line, fills that gap, has a reversal, quickly pushes back up to 45.55. Those call options printed, and you're getting in at the end of the falling knife. You're literally getting in at the lows, guys. It's the best trend reversal confirmation strategy. So for Robinhood, this is what we're going to be looking for. Very simple stuff. All right, so in terms of Robinhood, it is currently, let's see what it's doing in after hours. Let's see. All right, so it is currently at 51.08. It looks like it's going to be gapping down, right? So we got this really bearish candlestick on the daily chart. So here's what I think is going to happen. Here's what to look for. Here's when to buy the dip. All right, so we got this bearish candle on the daily chart right here, right? You can see right here, you got this bearish candle right here. What does it do? It opens up lower than it previously closed. And look at where it bottoms. It bottoms very, very early in the morning. So that pattern, that history is most likely going to repeat itself. This is what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting a gap down, and then I'm looking for a trend reversal early in the morning around 9:45, 10 a.m. And then I'm going to be buying right around that time. I'm going to be buying the dip. Now, here's how you buy the dip. This is the best way to buy it successfully. So in terms of time frame, like I said, look for that morning red to green move as there's a gap waiting to fill below. This gap should fill tomorrow at 46.80. This is going to be our key level. 46.80 is a key level with huge upside potential. This went from 46.80 all the way to 85 for the short term being. This stock isn't just going to plummet for the short term being. It's due for some correction. And now you have this gap waiting to fill above at 70.39, and it's most likely going to be filling that gap for the short term. So this is what to look for. Look for a red to green move on the day, and look for the bottom to be at that previous closing price. So wait for it to go to 46.80. Set your price alerts. I'll set mine right now with you, right? So create an alert, at or below. We'll do 47.76, right? Once it turns 46.80, right, this gap fill price into a support level, that is when you buy the dip. So you're just looking for confirmation. You're looking for it to hold above it. You're looking for consolidation. You're looking for small bounces. That is what it is that you should be looking for, right? So once this closes the gap from $46.80, look for it to consolidate. Look for it to bounce. Once you see that happen, buy into the zone of like $47, $48. Me personally, I'm going to be going far out of the money with a huge upside potential play for the short term, most likely August 20th. Potentially even August 13th, and I'm going to be looking at the $70 strike. These call options are going to absolutely print, especially if this even, gaps down tomorrow, which it's on track to do. They'll be worth even less with data decay as well. They are currently sitting at $2.05 a share, and the high was $8.30. So if this pushes back to mid 60s, these will easily go back to $7, $8 a share. And my price target's sitting at $70.46. It's the same exact setup as Sava stock, guys. Go back and watch the series. You'll see, wow, he's doing the same exact thing. He's not over trading. He's not making a million trades. He's trading the best setups at the best prices, the most lucrative returns within the market. Huge upside potential plays with call options, far out of the money. So yeah, guys, that's what to look for. If this hits 46.80 and it starts cracking below, don't do anything. Wait for it to turn into a support. Very simple. Look for it to consolidate. Look for it to bounce. Buy into the breakout. 46.80, key level. Key entry with bullish confirmation. Once you see consolidation bounce, $48 zone, right? And look for that morning reversal, because it's most likely going to gap down. If it gaps down, which it should, look for the morning reversal at around 9:45, 10 a.m. That's that time zone you want to be looking for. Then from there, we're going to be swinging this and betting on the gaps fill above. So, we found a stock, massive gap up, massive move up, wait for it to gap down. Once it closes that gap, wait for it to turn to support level. And as you can see, key support, huge upside potential. That's what we're playing, guys. We're not like all these other people, in terms of AMC stock, like literally AMC stock. Actually, no, Sava is a better example. In terms of Sava stock, right? What are we doing? We identified that there was a key gap level right here at 66.38. Once we noticed that it was support, we got in at that falling knife. A lot of people were scared, right? Look at what happened. It had a gap close reversal, filled the gap above. And what I'm telling you is Robinhood is next. Study the pattern, guys. History repeats itself. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on push notifications.